Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video where I finish the series that I'm in the middle of. So without further ado, let's get started. Let me go through my Goodreads account to actually see what series I'm in the middle of because I've lost count at this point. Okay, so the most recent one is The Cat and Mouse Duet. I read The Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton and I rated it 3 stars because I didn't quite like it. I didn't like the plot and the execution of the plot, but I really liked how fast-paced and intriguing the story was. So I plan on continuing the series because it left in the biggest cliffhanger of all time. Like, I need to know what happens to Adeline. I need to know what happens to Zaid Meadows. Apparently, I do not know his surname, but I've seen multiple reels regarding that, so I know his last name is Meadows. Up next, we have Paula's Trilogy by Lauren Roberts. And don't get me wrong, I loved it. I binge read the entire series. But I didn't read the small novella which comes between Powerless and Reckless. That is, I think, Powerful. Yeah. Because it concerned the story of Anna. And she was not... she can be a fan favorite, but she was not my favorite. Because I'm not concerned about Edna the way I would probably be Kid's. And Kid's story is, I think, coming by the end of September. So I'd probably read Fearful, but not Powerful. But this can be an option because the book is very short. And who knows if I do pick it. My favorite series of all time, A Court of Thorns and Roses. I read it up till book number 3, that is A Court of Winds and Ruin. I've yet to read A Court of Frost and Starlight and A Court of Silver Flames, and I'm intending to read it. It's just that my timing was off. I was in a massive slump, so I just couldn't read it, but I'm planning to read it sometime soon. Why is my Goodreads account taking tons of time to load? The developers of Goodreads, please do something because it takes hours to load the page. Okay, then we have The Feminist Novellas by Ali Hazelwood. I've read up till the second novella. I'm yet to read the third and last, Below Zero. It's a quick, easy read, so I think we can get to that. Then we have Shadow and Bone Trilogy by Lee Berdugo. I've read it up till the second book. I've read The Shadow and Bone, The Tailor, Siege and Storm, but I've yet to read the final and the last book, that is Ruin and Rising. But honestly, the series was like a 3-star for me, so I'm not really concerned about finishing the entire series or continuing to the last part, but who knows? We have Love Deception. I've read the Spanish Love Deception. I'm yet to read the second book, The American Roommate Experiment, but it's like a companion novel, so technically I can get to that book, but do I want to? Glad you asked. Then we have The Infamous Dune. I've read the first book, but it was so long that I had to stop reading it. I was enjoying it, don't get me wrong, but it was such a thick book that I couldn't continue the entire series. So I might as well just go with the audiobook this time. Whoa, okay. I didn't know that. I thought These Hollow Vows is a completed series. I read it about like a year ago. These Hollow Vows and These Twisted Bonds. I really liked it at that point. It is by Lexi Ryan and I rated it 4 freaking stars. I really liked Sebastian as an anti-character It was very unusual to see the villain to be such a thoughtful guy. And by the time I've read it and thought it was a completed one, they've released 2 books since that time. Beneath These Cursed Stars and Between These Broken Hearts. I really want to get to this book, but let's read the synopsis first. Because honestly, my theory says that these 2 books cannot be of the protagonist we found in the first and second book. Because it was a completed series, like the story ended right there. Princess Jasleen has a secret, armed with an enchanted ring that gives her death's kiss. Jas had been sneaking away from the palace at night to assassinate her enemies. Shapeshifter Felicity needs a miracle. Fated to kill her magical father, she's been using her unique ability to evade a fatal prophecy. When rumors of evil King Maudius' resurrection spread through the Shadow Court, Jasleen decides to end him once and for all. Felicity agrees to take the form of a princess, allowing Jas to covertly hunt Maudius and starting Felicity on the path that could finally take her home. While Jasleen teams up with the charming and handsome Kendrick, Felicity sets out to get closer to the Wild Fate King, Misha. Kendrick helps Jasleen feel something other than anger for the first time in 3 years, and Misha makes Felicity wish for a world where she's free to be her own self. Soon the girls' missions are at risk alongside their hearts. The future of the human and fae realms hang in the balance as fates intertwine. Between perilous tasks, grim secrets, and forbidden romances, Jasleen and Felicity find that perhaps their star is the most cursed of all. From #1 New York Times bestselling author Lexi Rancome's romantic fantasy, in which a human princess armed with death's kiss and a fae shifter on the run become unlikely allies when a mission to assassinate the evil king collides with a fatal prophecy. Is the story about her sister? Up next we have You've Reached Sam by Dustin Thale. I've rated it 5 stars, and apparently there's a second novel and the last one named You've Found Oliver. So I think that could be an option. Up next we have Truly Devious series. I read up till The Hand on the Wall, that is the 3rd book. I'm currently reading The Box in the Woods, the 4th one, but I haven't finished it. Up next we have Shadow Me series by Tara Murphy. It was a 5-star series, but I've heard that there will be another book of another character, but I do not plan on reading it because I do not want to touch the series. I do not want to relive the memories and destroy probably the memories created by Aaron Warner. So I'm not going to read it. It's out of question. Then we have the Housemaid series by Frida McFadden. My favorite of all time. I read the first one, The Housemaid, second one, The Housemaid's Secret. I've yet to read the 2.5, the novella probably, The Housemaid's Wedding, and the 3rd book, that is The Housemaid is Watching. So that could be an option. Up next we have Unhoneymooners series by Christina Lauren. I've read the first one, The Unhoneymooners, and I've yet to read the novella, The Honeymoon Crashers. Then we have Brightside by Kim Holden. I've read the first one, Brightside, and I've yet to read the 2nd and 3rd one, that is Gus and Franco. But I'm not really interested in Franco's story, so I might just as well skip it. But I really want to read Gus's story. Then we have If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin. I've read the first one. I'm yet to read the second one, If Only I Had Told Her. I rated the first book 5 freaking stars. I cried so hard reading that book and I loved it. But I've heard mixed reviews about the second one, so I'm scared. I'm low-key scared to read it. Okay, so those were all of the series that I'm in the middle of, and I'm gonna choose 2 of them to read in this video. I think I'm gonna choose my first book as Hunting Adeline, because Haunting Adeline left in the biggest cliffhanger, and if I don't read Hunting Adeline, I might go crazy. So the first book is going to be that, and after I finish reading the first book, The Hunting Adeline, I'll decide on the second one. Guys, believe it or not, it has been 2 days since I've updated you guys about my read, that is Haunting Adeline. Yes, I gave it a chance, and honestly, I don't regret it. I think I like it more than I thought I would, and it is just crazy to me how utterly shook and surprised I am to read this book. I'm currently at page number 345, and that's almost like halfway through the book. And so far, a lot has happened, like a lot. And my main critique, that Haunting Adeline did not have quite literally a good plot, this cancelled it. This, I was utterly shocked by the plot twists after plot twist that I got in here. And it's not even the greatest part. The greatest part is how graphically all of the scenes were explained, and it took me days to, actually read it through. I had to take breaks in between so that I don't get my emotional well-being a little disturbed. So I had to take a while and read it, but it was totally worth it. So basically, Haunting Adeline, the storyline is like this. The so-called stalker Zaid stalks Adeline, and then Adeline falls in love with him, although we do not get how she actually does that, because it's just physical attraction, and we do not get to look at why actually Zaid falls in love with her, except for the fact that it was love at first sight. It was not intriguing in any way, shape, or form. But then we come to that part, the 10% mark, where she gets into an accident, and then Zaid also gets involved in the society thing, eventually injuring himself, and he gets to know that she is kidnapped. That's where it ends. And then Haunting Adeline picks up from where Haunting Adeline left. She gets into this accident, and then Adeline is picked up by the society, or kidnapped. And that's where she faces horrendous things. And then she gets bullied, she gets blackmailed, she gets raped and whatnot. It is just one fine day, after a lot of struggle, she kills a girl named Sydney, and then Rio plans her escape. That's when she gets to meet Zaid and all of that. After 2 fucking long months, she comes back home in Parsons Manor, but she is not the same, of course. She faced horrible things there, and she just needs time to heal and recover. And that's where I'm at. And then Zaid also saves Katrina, that is Rio's sister, I believe. Honestly, I think I like Rio a lot. So yeah, that's where we're at. Zaid and Adeline is rekindling again. They are rebuilding their relationship. Hopefully she gets okay. But one thing I would like to say is that I want to see more of the society thing, because it is not clear yet. I'm interested in seeing what the society has to offer and why the society hasn't even breached the boundaries and came for Adeline as well. I'm interested in seeing that, and I'm gonna read the rest of the 50% and update you guys about the same. Okay, so I finally finished reading this book, and I have some thoughts to share. Let's go through the positives of this book. Firstly, I think the plot is significantly better than the first one, Haunting Adeline, and as I said, there were absolutely no plot except for the sexual tension. I did not like it. I don't mind having sexual tension, but it was a bit too much. what I like about this one is that it had an underlying detective plot in it, and honestly, there were some gruesome details which I thought was extremely well written. I still remember I had to take pauses between each reading sessions to get through the gruesome details that it had. I did not find cringy, but it was definitely uncomfortable to read about. But I am glad that I did not stop and gave it a fair chance. Now, moving on to the criticisms of it, there are plenty many. Let's talk about Adeline and Zaid's relationship, which I thought was kind of abnormal and disturbing. It's not the relationship part, but it was the sexual banter and everything that involved loyalty and love and everything in between. Zaid asked Adeline to carve out a piece of rose to prove her loyalty towards him. I cannot see that happening in real life anytime soon. But the scenes were intense. I kind of liked reading about it, to be honest. But would I recreate it? Definitely not. Moving to Claire and the government part, I really hoped that there would be a character development, or I would see parts of the government and how it worked, but obviously we didn't get to see it here, and I'm really disappointed about it. Claire's murder was abrupt and unjustified. Also, I kind of cringed at the part when Zaid was killing Claire and Adeline referred Zaid as the only god of the entire planet. In between sexual relationship, that's fine, but in real life, man, are you even hearing your own thoughts? Let's move on to the fourth criticism, that is Sibby. I did not understand Sibby's character. Her storyline was underdeveloped, especially in the end when a male character was introduced. That mysterious man had some connection with Sibby. This is the end of the duology, so I do not get it. Do I need to read some other book to get to know Sibby or the unknown male character? I don't know. I did not understand it. Also, I kind of wanted to see more of Rio. I mean, we do get a closure by getting just a piece of letter, but it wasn't just enough for me. I wanted to see more of Rio, his character development with Katrina, his sister. And especially I wanted him to apologize to Zaid and Adeline for his past mistakes, but it did not happen. Overall thoughts, I thoroughly enjoyed the first 50% of the book, but the second half felt kind of flat for me and it lost direction. It kind of disappointed me. I honestly wanted a good found family in this, which we did not get. This book was honestly entertaining to me, but it kind of lacked proper closure, which I expected this to have, because this is the end of the cat and mouse duet, so I kind of wanted to see more of that closure, the found family, but it did not have. So I would take a star from it, and I would rate it a 3.5 stars, but I rated it 4 stars on Goodreads because you cannot rate half a star there. It made me cry sometimes, so this was emotionally engaging. Okay, so it's time to pick up the next book that I'm going to read in this video. I think I'm going to read A Court of Frost and Starlight because it's time. I've abandoned A Court of Thorns and Roses for so long, but I really wanted to go back to my 5-star read again. I don't know why I did not read it, so yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I finished reading A Court of Frost and Starlight, the 4th book in ACTA series, and I honestly loved it. I don't know why people hate on it so much. This is a very small, cute, and fluffy read. Being a novella, I flew through the book, so I loved it. I genuinely think this is the epilogue I wanted to Farah and Rhysand, to give them a proper closure. After all the heavy books that I had to read, it destroyed me emotionally. This healed me. So I really love it. I honestly do. I rate it 4 stars, and I might be the minority here, but I really like it. I like this book. That sums up this week's reading vlog. I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video as much as I did while filming it. If you did, do not forget to let me know down in the comments below. And as always, I'll see you in your beautiful face next time. Bye.